Welcome to Ahavas Yisrael Daily. We're on the 8th chapter. The feeling of hate also engenders resentment and dispute. And furthermore, many other sins are caused by hatred. In the tractate Derech Eretz, chapter 9, it is found, Rabbi Elazar HaKapar says, distance yourself from resentment. Does not mean argument or fighting, but resentment or complaint. A complainer may not commit any specific sin, but complaining in itself leads to many sins. Although the Beis HaLevi is discussing the sin of hatred, in truth, the root of all hatred is negative feelings, because resentment leads to hatred. Resentment is in essence the core issue of complaining as well. Thus, these traits are generally intertwined. What defines a complainer? Rabbeinu Yonah defines a complainer as one who consistently complains, who repeatedly disparages whatever his fellow says or does. Even if his fellow is acting properly towards him, he will constantly judge him negatively, assuming that any wrong he does was done intentionally. Whatever his friend does or says, he is continually complaining, even when the friend is trying to help. Additionally, the Beis HaLevi writes, one who is constantly complaining will sometimes perceive Hashem's kindness as punishment and vengeance. This occurred when the Jewish people were in the wilderness, after the spies returned with their negative report about Eretz Yisrael. The Torah writes, and you complained in your tents, saying, Hashem took us out of Egypt with hatred. One may consider the trait of resentment as unpleasant or negative. However, in the eyes of the Torah, it is far worse than that. Indeed, Shlomo HaMelech, the wisest of men, teaches about the detriment outcome of a complainer. A duplicitous man incites strife, and a complainer estranges an aloof. Rashi interprets aloof to mean Alufo Shel Olam, the ruler of the world, Hashem, which means that the complainer separates themselves from Hashem. Alternatively, Rabbeinu Yonah explains that aloof refers to a friend, for one who is always complaining will cause his friends to distance themselves from him. Distance yourself from resentment, for if you are resentful, you will continue to sin. In tractate Derech Eretz Zuta, chapter 3, it is found, be of humble spirit in the presence of every person. Rather than feeling resentful when matters don't go his way, one must work on himself to be humble and easygoing with others. Rav Chaim Vital writes, praiseworthy is one who is easygoing with others. Praiseworthy is one who is humble, as if he is mere dust, letting others trample on him as if he is a doormat. The Peleoetz writes a fascinating explanation. The Yetzer Hara is so powerful that he convinces a person that complaining and arguing bring one to perfection, and that one without any such feelings is not a human. How can the Torah require one to have any feelings or opinions towards another? Aren't we all human? The Peleoetz offers two techniques. First, one who lives with emunah, belief in Hashem, understands that anything somebody does to him is from Hashem. When one attributes everything to Hashem, he does not become upset with anyone, for he knows that this person is just an emissary of Hashem. Second, one who learns Musar, or on a consistent basis, will acquire the trait of humbleness, therefore enabling him to be calm and easygoing. Thank you. We'll continue tomorrow.